Hello everyone, thanks for joining me again. So to kick things off today, I'm going to see if you can guess who is behind each one of these 5 fragrance reviewer catchphrases. Can you name all 5? Number 1, wear your fragrances. Good advice in case you're thinking of drinking them instead. Next up, I'm going to play you a sound clip for this one. Here we go.
Beast Lord!
Do you know who sings that one? Now, number 3. Because it's free and I'm free. And the next one, colder weather more sprays, hotter weather less. And finally, number 5, you only have 7 seconds to make that great first impression. You might as well knock it out of the park. Can you tell me which 5 fragrance reviewers are behind each one of those? I bet some of you can, but some of them are tricky. Hello everyone, so please let me know in the comments below who you think the 5 reviewers behind the catchphrases were. The answers are in the description and links to their channels are there. Today's fragrance scent I'm going to be doing first impressions only on a fragrance called Very Valentino from the house of Valentino, first released in 1999. It's long since discontinued, becoming somewhat hard to find. Not crazy money, not like Dolce & Gabbana by Man, but getting there a little bit. Parfumier Harry Fremont, who also did CK1, Polo Sport and Tom Ford's Grey Vetiver. Fragrance notes on this one. In the top we've got nutmeg, coriander, sage and anise. In the mid, carnation, lavender, tobacco, Brazilian rosewood, and in the base, resin, sandalwood, musk and cedar. So I've worn it once and I've sprayed it on a card and been smelling it over and over 2 or 3 days since I received this one. Very nice, very interesting fragrance, really like it. Okay, so the opening with nutmeg, no citrus notes in the opening, that's interesting. It's classified as an oriental fragrance. There isn't any vanilla in it, but it does have a certain sweetness about it. Lavender is one of the key notes in here, and it's, I think, really a combination of a really nice lavender and sandalwood pairing, with that kind of slightly nutty, creamy element that you get from nutmeg, and some of the other aromatics in there give it a very smooth, masculine, creamy, almost a barbershop type of feel, but a neo barbershop, post Jean-Paul Gaultier Le Male, I think here. Tobacco is also the other note people talk about a lot with this fragrance, and I didn't find it to have a really strong, obvious tobacco note. It's not like Aramis Havana from the 1990s or some of today's modern heavy tobacco fragrances. Maybe it's in there a little bit, I guess it could be, but I didn't notice it as a standout note for me. Other people do more so. The one that it's compared to by reviewers on base notes quite often is Dolce & Gabbana's By Man, a super rare, very expensive fragrance. It's one of those sort of hyper-inflated fragrances in terms of price. This one, similarly, a little bit expensive, but not so much of a hyped up one, so you can find this on eBay for not crazy prices. Mine is just a 30ml and it's half empty. I managed to get it for just £10. Including postage. I was very lucky there. But it does seem to be one that you can find for sort of reasonable prices. A 50ml might be around the £50, £60 or dollars mark. So it's not super escalated there in the price so far. So if you like it, could be well worth trying this one out or getting a sample somewhere, and then you won't have to pay huge money yet, we don't think, to find it. I enjoy this one so far. It's got a certain charm about it. It's got a nice smooth woodiness, a creaminess about it, and it's almost barbershop feel, as I say, with the lavender. And I find that the anise note in there also, I think one of the big famous base notes reviewers, Colin Maillard, compared it a little bit to Azzaro Pour Homme, but a much more modernised version. So it does have what you get with those fougères that have a little bit of a licorice aniseed kind of note in there, but it's modernised somehow, and it feels more a product of the 90s or the very, very late 90s than the 70s or the 80s. So very wearable. Projection and longevity didn't seem huge so far, but it's very early days, so I'll come back hopefully and do a full review. Maybe it'll be in some top 10 lists, we'll find out. Has anyone out there tried Very Valentino from 1999? I really like it. Does have some similarities to Dolce & Gabbana's By Man, and of course not quite as hard to get or expensive as that one, so if you're a fan of that one, it could be worth investigating this one. Let me know your thoughts on it. Have you got, or have you tried, or did you used to own Very Valentino? Discontinued fragrances are a really great fun thing that you can find out about, and some of them, the under the radar ones or not super hyped ones like this one, don't have to cost the earth. So if you're into fragrances, it's worth checking out some of the popular ones on base notes, not always the hyped ones that you hear about on YouTube videos, or the ones where the prices are really, really big. I'm really pleased I got this one. Let me know what you think about this and the video. whatever you're doing in life, let's project, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.